Oh my goodness, hello guys, how are you all doing? What an insane day it is because it's Super Mario Odyssey Day. So I think this might be what will probably qualify as my first quote-unquote fanboy video. I think it's about time that I make a video like this where I kind of just gush for a few minutes about my favorite company and my favorite console. So before getting too deep into this, full disclosure, I should let you guys know that I just came home from work on my Friday with a full weekend ahead of me, and I have yet to even play or put into my Switch my copy of Super Mario Odyssey. But I did, of course, get it. I did receive it in the mail from Amazon. See? But I am, of course, making this quick video without yet having had a chance to even play it. I mean, seriously, I haven't even tried it at a demo, at a kiosk, or a Best Buy, or a convention, or any of those things. I have never held a Joy-Con and had the opportunity to play Super Mario Odyssey. So I am crazy pumped and crazy excited, even though I know I spent my whole video yesterday talking about how I've struggled to find motivation and time to play games for a long period of time. It's not because I don't still love games and get really excited, and like I said, Mario Odyssey is the kind of game that could change my whole perspective on that. Anywho, what I wanted to chat with you guys about for a couple of minutes today is the fact that Mario Odyssey just symbolizes. As I'm sitting here reveling in the fact that this game exists, it's finally released, my excitement is like maximum peak craziness right now, sitting here looking at my copy of the game in the case and knowing I can finish this and finally just put the darn thing in my Switch and actually play it. I'm sitting here and just realizing how incredible this year really is for Nintendo and for the Switch. And I know that a couple of weeks ago I made a video discussing the possibility of 2017 being the best year ever for Nintendo. And in that video, I pretty much surmised and came down on the side of yes, this probably is the best year for Nintendo, at least in the last 20 years. It's their best year, and this is really kind of more of just a continuation of that idea. It's insane what Nintendo has been able to achieve. And all over the place, on social media and on the internet and websites, everyone's talking about, can you believe what Nintendo was able to do? Releasing two of the best games ever created, two of the highest rated and highest reviewed games of all time in the same year. And everyone's showing the picture of Breath of the Wild, 97 Metacritic, and Super Mario Odyssey at a 97 Metacritic. It's just insane, and it really shows that Nintendo's insane level of dominance and perfection is continuing. What's interesting to think about, too, is we're still like in the early twilight hours of the reviews for Mario Odyssey, so there is the possibility, although I don't necessarily think this will happen, there is the possibility that it somehow ends up coming down with a final score even better than Breath of the Wild's. It could make it to the 98, probably not 99, but it could make it to that 98 status based on when some other reviews come in. Obviously, we might get some more of those very, very controversial reviews where maybe someone gives it like a 7, you know, that's already happened one time, and maybe another person or two gives it like a 7, and so maybe it brings it down to a 95 or 96, and it's like, okay, I know we all might want to get mad if something like that happens, but I highly recommend not getting mad if that happens, and just don't pay any attention to it, and just don't worry about it, because even if Mario Odyssey came down at a 95, it's not like that isn't still an incredible score. So regardless, it's interesting to just take note of the fact that, hey, anything over the next day or two could really change, or even the next week when it comes to scores. What if somehow the Metacritic ends up being even higher? So Odyssey comes out today. It's the end of October 2017. We're a couple of months away from the end of the year. A few more high-profile releases from Nintendo for the Switch and from third parties still to go, and it's insane. Everyone's crazy excited. 2017 is incredible. The Switch is a big hit. Nintendo has shattered all expectations and turned a lot of the naysayers and the haters into fans and supporters, and it feels good to see this for the first time in over a decade since the Wii came out. But will this continue the way it's been continuing all year? Will we see this in 2018? Obviously, you guys have heard me touch on this a couple of times. Will this also even continue into 2019? And, you know, I've talked about the fact that I think third-party support is going to be a lot stronger in 2018. And I think that obviously Nintendo is going to have a couple of surprises up its sleeve for 2018 as well. We already know a few things they're going to be doing. Fire Emblem and Kirby and Yoshi and these kinds of things. We know of two other huge first-party titles they're working on, Metroid Prime 4 and Pokemon. Maybe they do somehow end up coming out in 2018. So is this crazy, non-stop, devastating momentum that Nintendo has been able to achieve in 2017 unprecedented coming off of how bad 2016 was? Will this really continue in 2018? And while nothing is a lock, anything could happen, especially with Nintendo. They can surprise or disappoint us in ways that no other company really can. I still ultimately believe that, yeah, man, I just don't see a situation where this slows down. How could Nintendo have been so prepared for 2017 and so ready to gamble everything they had and roll the dice in the most intense way they have in a very long time and have so much ready for 2017, but then also have a completely barren 2018? Doesn't seem right, man. It doesn't sit well with me. It doesn't feel like the Nintendo we're dealing with now. And again, reminder, it isn't impossible. I mean, anything could happen. But it's just not gonna. I mean, I'm just gonna tell you guys right here, right now, I'm fanboying out right now with my excitement for Odyssey, and that's not going to happen. Will Nintendo have the best-selling hardware in all of 2018? Will the Switch shatter even more and more records throughout the next year? I mean, maybe not. Maybe the PlayStation 4 keeps up its crazy good momentum. I expect that to happen. Maybe the One X surprises everybody and turns out to sell way, way better than a lot of us anticipated. So who knows? Maybe the Switch isn't the #1 selling console in 2018. But does it have to be to still be continuing this crazy trend of Nintendo's success? I certainly don't think so. I don't really think that that's how the numbers have to break down for a piece of hardware or for a company or for a product to be seen as this crazy success. All it has to do is continue to perform well, to sell very well, to sell out of its stock when it's available, and to release crazy good games that keep pushing hardware into new people's homes and houses, and keeps pushing high amounts of software. I mean, Nintendo's first-party stuff will continue to sell incredibly well due to the magical, wonderful, surprise nature of the Switch, so Kirby and Yoshi are going to have probably two of their best-selling games within their respective franchises ever, I feel, absolutely. We know Fire Emblem is going to be huge. Fire Emblem is huge on the outdated 3DS. Of course it's going to be massive in 2018. Is it going to be a system seller? Maybe, maybe not, but is it going to sell insanely well to Switch owners at the time it releases? Absolutely. And then there are those other big X Factor titles I already talked about, Metroid and Pokemon. Again, most of you guys who are familiar with me, you know I'm putting my money in the 2019 hat for both of those titles, but I also maintain, and I always have, and I'm still doing it right now, that I could be wrong, and maybe one or both of them do make it out next year. And if that happens, then forget about it, man. I mean, it's going to just be an absolutely insanely positive year for Nintendo. Not to mention what I talked about a couple of weeks ago. I think we're getting Call of Duty. I think we're getting Madden. I think we're getting other crazy good things from some third parties. I think Grand Theft Auto absolutely has a chance of showing up next year in some form on the Switch. I think that Wolfenstein is going to do very well in early 2018 when that launches. So, I mean, at the end of the day, again, this is just a weird fanboy video, something I don't normally do, even though I usually do talk about Nintendo and why I love them. This is fanboy territory, man. You got Rob just going gaga over all the great things Nintendo is giving us and my excitement for Odyssey. I feel pretty good letting you guys know we can all breathe a sigh of relief and know that 2018 is probably going to continue the exact same awesomeness of 2017. So that's it. That's all I've got to say on this topic, man. I'm ready to just shut up, turn this video and recording equipment off, get Odyssey into my beautiful, lovely Switch, and just go wild and get lost in this crazy, huge adventure. Oh my goodness. I'm so looking forward to like a Breath of the Wild style amazing masterpiece from Nintendo. And as much as I really, really like 3D World, it is one of my 10 favorite games on the Wii U. It doesn't really compare to the best of Mario's 3D outings. To me, it just truly doesn't. It's not perfect masterpiece status the way 64 was and the two Galaxy games were and what we expect Odyssey to truly be. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Of course, as always, you guys should talk about this below. Are you as excited for Odyssey as I am? To tell you the truth, by the time this goes up, you guys have probably been playing it way more than I've even had a chance to even get my hands on it. So talk about your experience with Odyssey, talk about your excitement. What do you think about the Switch going into 2018? Is the momentum going to continue, this crazy year of dominance that Nintendo's had this year? Will it feel the same or even maybe better next year? Talk about your theories and your guesses and speculation below, and that's going to be it for me today, guys. So thanks, of course, as always, for tuning in. This is Rob of Live to Review, and I'll catch you next time on another video.